Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're tackling this piece of advice you hear constantly,
Oh yeah, the classic.
the classic. You have to totally love yourself first before you can find, you know, real love.
Mm-hmm.
We've got some source material here that really questions that, asks point blank, is that actually true?
Yeah, the material dives right in. It suggests this common wisdom might be
Mhm.
missing something pretty crucial.
Okay.
So we're going to unpack what the advice probably intends to mean.
Right, the good intention behind it.
Exactly, and then how it often gets, well, misunderstood.
And why waiting for perfect self-love, according to these sources, maybe means you're missing out.
Precisely. Putting life on hold, essentially,
Yeah.
and maybe even a key growth opportunity.
Okay, let's get into it. When people say love yourself first, what do the sources think they really mean? What's the good part?
Well, the core idea, the well-intentioned bit, seems
Yeah.
to be don't look for a relationship to, like, complete you.
Right. Or fix everything.
Yeah. If you go into it needing the other person to solve all your problems, that's setting things up badly.
Probably heading for an unhealthy dynamic.
Exactly. You want to be able to stand on your own 2 feet, more or less. That makes sense.
It does. Avoid codependency. Avoid just looking for someone to tell you you're okay.
Right. Filling that internal void externally. But here's where it gets interesting, according to the material. How often that pretty sensible idea just gets completely twisted.
Twisted how?
It lands on people like, you're fundamentally flawed.
Oh, wow.
And finding love, that's a reward. You
Yeah.
only get it after you've fixed every single thing about yourself?
Good luck with that. See you in 10 years.
Basically,
Ugh.
yeah. It shifts, like you said, from be a whole person to be a perfect person.
And it totally puts the blame on you if you're single. Like you just haven't done enough work.
You're not worthy yet. Not ready.
And this material really pushes back hard on that.
It does. Flat out says, look, you are not going to be perfectly ready when the love of your life shows up.
Nobody is.
Nobody is. And the sources argue that if you do delay connection because you feel you haven't hit some mythical level of self-love,
Yeah.
you might be missing out on, and this is a quote, the most effective growing tool there is.
A relationship as a growing tool. That feels completely opposite to the fix yourself first thing.
It does. It's counterintuitive. But the material frames it like this. Love is a grand magnifier.
Okay, a magnifier.
It shows you the good stuff, yeah, the things you love about yourself.
Yeah,
It
stuff
also,
you still need to work on.
exactly, the dislikes, the areas for growth, and crucially, the right relationship. It won't just like tolerate those things.
It'll encourage you.
Encourage you to address them, to
Yeah.
work on them together.
So the right person doesn't just show up after you're done. They're actually part of the ongoing journey.
Precisely. This deep dive suggests the right relationship helps you learn to love yourself while you're in it.
Okay, that's a big shift in perspective.
It really is. It's less about reaching a finish line before you connect and more about continuing to evolve within that connection.
But the sources still value alone time, right? Building strength on your own.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
They emphasize using your time alone to thrive, do your own thing. That solitary strength is vital.
But, and this seems key, don't confuse that strength with being somehow disqualified from love until you're 100% perfect.
Exactly. It challenges that whole idea that personal growth is, or even should be, just this isolated mission.
Right.
Because the work of becoming, a whole, evolved, loving person, it's not just measured by how well you cope alone.
It's also about how you handle relationships.
Profoundly shaped by it. How you stand up for yourself in them. How you demand respect. How you choose love and keep growing.
Even when the person you've been hoping for is right there beside you.
Yes, growth continues. It's even spurred on by the connection.
Okay. So the sources offer a really powerful idea here. Part of loving yourself.
Is allowing yourself to be loved
Yeah.
by others.
Right. Okay, so pulling this all together for you listening, the main takeaway seems really clear from this material.
You absolutely do not need perfect self-love to be worthy of someone else's love.
Yeah, the right relationship isn't presented as some trophy you get for finishing your homework.
No. It's framed here as this powerful magnifier. A tool, even, that helps you continue the work, often side by side.
It kind of reframes personal growth then, not just something you do in a cave somewhere.
Right, not solitary confinement. It's tested, it's deepened, it's expressed by learning how to set boundaries, stand up for yourself, evolve with someone.
And allowing yourself to receive love is part of that self-love.
An active expression of it, yeah.
So here's a final thought, kind of building on all this for you to consider. If growth and self-discovery can actually thrive within a healthy connection, not just before it.
Hmm.
Does striving for some maybe unattainable state of readiness actually end up limiting us?
Limiting our potential not just for love, but maybe for our own deepest evolution, too.
Yeah, something to think about.